How's it going, everybody? This is Radish Head, and welcome back to another episode of Upland Analysis. I appreciate it's been a few days since the last episode. We've certainly had some exciting things happen in Upland since the last episode. Of course, we've got the announcement and release of the direct player-to-player Upticks Transfer mechanic. So if you're not aware, now you can click on anybody's profile and you'll see the send Upticks button. You can click it and it will ask you how much money you want to send. I think this is really exciting. I might do a future episode talking about all the possibilities this brings to the game. And of course, we've had the Los Angeles collection reveals, which again, I think I might do a full video on how my predictions played out. I think it's fair to say that I did pretty well. All things considered, one of my better set of predictions, certainly better than a lot of what I was seeing on Discord. But to be fair, it's a big city. There were so many good candidates for collections in Los Angeles, and I just happened to land on quite a few of them in my video. So congratulations to everybody who was able to speculate on the areas which turned out to be winners. And for those of you who didn't hit as many collections as you wanted, the good news is that Los Angeles is so vast that there are actually plenty of really excellent collection properties which are still up for sale, and you can still mint them. And that is kind of the topic of today's video, because there's a combination of things going on here which could be really good opportunities for players who are wanting to increase their foothold in Los Angeles a little bit. I'm going to load up the announcements page on Discord. Love is in the Air 2022. There is going to be a Valentine's Day Block Explorer sale coming in the next couple of days. You can register for it tomorrow, as of the time of recording this video, maybe today by the time you're watching this. 8 AM Pacific time on February the 13th you can register, and if you've never registered for a Block Explorer sale before, you've got to be on the web client of Upland. You can't be on the app. You just click this Get Upticks button in the top right, and then specials, and on Sunday the 13th at 8 AM Pacific time, you will be able to register to buy these Explorers. You don't have to put any money down in order to buy them, but it basically means that you are registered as being interested in potentially buying them. What happens then is that there's usually a 24-hour notice period. Then the registration shuts down, and everybody who clicked to register is kind of randomly generated a spot in the queue. So you're just kind of hoping that you get a good spot, because there's only so many of these Block Explorers to go around. In fact, some of the more expensive ones, there may be only like 5 or 10 of them. If you're not lucky enough to get a good spot, then you're out of luck. But let's continue. So you got to register on Sunday the 13th, and then so 24 hours later the sale is actually taking place. And then there's actually a new treasure tier, which is kind of fun as well on Valentine's Day. But the point of this video is this Block Explorer sale. I absolutely think that everybody should be, if you can afford it, you should be registering for this sale and grabbing these Block Explorers. And I'll tell you why. If you've never done one of these Block Explorer sales before, you're not just buying the Block Explorer, you're actually buying the Upticks for the price that is usually available in the shop, and then you get a free Explorer on the side. And this is probably the greatest time for Uplands to be hosting a Block Explorer sale, because LA has just released, the collections have just been announced, and look at this, there are hundreds and hundreds of unminted collection properties in Los Angeles, and they're like really cheap. Those are those people who have joined in the last few months, me included, to be honest, who are looking over at San Francisco and Manhattan and thinking, oh, I wish I was there. I wish I was able to mint those collections in, Manhattan or San Francisco, because the the opportunities for the players who are able to mint those were incredible. The same thing is happening now. Just for comparison's sake, I've loaded up Chicago, which I don't even think is a fair comparison to Los Angeles. They're both tier 1 cities. They're a similar size, but I think Los Angeles is probably a little bit more iconic than Chicago. Certainly the mint prices are higher in Los Angeles. But, you know, for the sake of a nice conservative comparison, I've just loaded up the collections in Chicago. The absolute cheapest right now that you can buy a collection property in Chicago is in Logan Square for about 19, 20, 21, 22,000 Upticks. Like it escalates pretty quickly from 19 to 22, 23. That's literally twice as much as the mint prices in Los Angeles for these collection properties. So I think that goes to show just what a crazy opportunity this is in Los Angeles at the moment, and why I'm recommending grabbing that Upticks as part of the Block Explorer sale and investing it by minting those properties in Los Angeles. And it's worth mentioning that this is during a time of a bit of, you know, depression in the prices across all of Upland, because everybody's used up all of their Upticks in the Los Angeles release. They're selling their properties a bit cheaper because they want to get some liquidity back in case Upland makes an announcement of, like, you know, like a tier 3 city or something, and they want to jump in on that. So the this is unusually low for a collection property in Chicago, 1920k, and that's still about twice as much as you can mint them for in Los Angeles. Just looking at the numbers, it is, I keep saying it, but right now this might be the greatest opportunity for buying properties that I've ever seen in my time playing Upland. And I joined in April last year, so that kind of puts it into perspective. The opportunity to mint collection properties in Los Angeles at a pretty cheap rate, it's a no-brainer to me. I know everybody's already spent all their Upticks in the city release. Los Angeles was a very expensive city to mint, but here's what I think people should be doing. That's what not financial advice, this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to register for every one of these Block Explorer sales on the Valentine's Day sale, and I'm going to buy as many as I can. Like, whatever, if I get to the top of any of these queues, I'm going to get it. Because, one, the Block Explorer itself is almost always worth at least what you pay for it. So you're basically getting it for free. If you pay $100 to get 100,000 Upticks plus a special Valentine's Day Explorer, that Valentine's Day Explorer is usually going to be worth at least 100,000 Upticks. So you're basically getting that for free. Then you've still got, well, you'll have basically 200,000 Upticks at that point if you sell your Explorer. And then what you're going to do, you're going to mint all of these, the cheapest collection properties which are still unminted in Los Angeles. There's Sherman Oaks, there is Echo Park, there is Studio City, there's East Hollywood. It's mad. If you are able to get one of the really expensive Explorers, you put, like, you know, I don't know what the top one is going to be, but there are still, the last time I checked, there are exclusive orange collection properties in Los Angeles right now. I hear you. I also have spent millions of Upticks already in Los Angeles, and I don't have the money to go mint these. I understand why they're still unminted, but this Block Explorer sale is your opportunity, and I'm telling you, a lot of the top players, I think they're waiting for this Explorer sale. They're going to buy whatever they can, get the Explorers, hold on to them, sell them, doesn't really matter, and use that money that they bought from the store to mint up East Hollywood, Sherman Oaks, Studio City, Echo Park, all of these areas which have really cheap mints right now, because Los Angeles is a tier 1 city. It's iconic. There's only so many cities in the whole world like Los Angeles, and if you are minting and holding on to your properties in Los Angeles, I don't think you can be disappointed in the long run, quite frankly. So that's just a quick video from me. Is keep an eye out, register for this Block Explorer sale tomorrow if you get the chance. whatever you can afford to buy, that's what I'll be doing, not financial advice. And go mint up Los Angeles, because people always say, oh, I wish I had the opportunity to mint in a tier 1 city. This is your chance. I know that you've got no money to mint right now. I don't have any money to mint right now, but the Explorer sale is potentially the greatest chance you're going to get. Yeah, that's what I've got to say for today. More videos coming soon. Like if you enjoyed this one, and subscribe if you want to see similar content in the future. Over and out.